Greetings, my friends, greetings, and welcome back to the kingdom. Well, the week is just about over. It's Friday, and all week long we've been celebrating the birth of Virthis, the goddess of love. And not just the naughty kind of love, all kinds of love, damn it. But yes, Fletcher was helping me take some things down on the back, and he did bring up how I owed him a favor. He said, please come back this way, and whatever you do, don't say a word. So let's head over there and see exactly what's going on.
Oh, Your Majesty. Sorry, hold on. We've got a red light there. In 5, 4. All right, Your Majesty. I'm so glad you could make it. As you know, I've been hosting a dating game here in Caledonia for the past year or so, and this being the holiday that it is, that having the king on here would be a big get, and it's also for charity. We are supporting the Mind Flayers Slayer Association. I'm sure you've heard of them, right, Your Majesty? Mind is a terrible thing to waste, so let's waste Mind Flayers.
No, I haven't heard of it. No.
Oh, they're just that good. But all right, our other bachelors, Sauvage, Devron, Sauvage. The king.
Yes.
Hello. Hello there.
You said we were heading to Chunky Chowders.
Now, Chunky Chowders is catering the green room, if that's any consolation. I did read your writer.
Okay. I guess I will make my way that way. Just in a moment. Where's it over here? Yes?
Right, Green said just follow the trail of chowder.
Yes.
All right, we're going on shortly, so enjoy the green room, and we'll call you out in just a bit. All right, live in 5, 4, 3. Live from Lion's Rest, the dating capital of the multiverse. It's another episode of the dating game with me, your host, Fletcher Knock. Today we have a very special episode, and our bachelorette tonight is a barbarian from North Breach. Her hobbies include slaying dragons, slaying minotaurs, and making crafts out of what is left over when you've slayed the dragons and the minotaurs. But first, let's meet our bachelors. Bachelor number 1 is a master of the mythos, and a high warlock from the kingdom of Arendelle. He likes walks in graveyards, and is usually accompanied with a shovel. Say hello to everyone to Sauvage! Bachelor number 2 is an expert with every melee weapon, has fought monsters all across the multiverse, and has a soft spot for romance novels. That's right, he loves getting lost in an old book, and hates when those books are cursed, and trying to trap his soul for all eternity. We're pretty sure he's not possessed by a lich anymore. Say hello, everybody, to Captain Devron of the Dire Wolves. And last but certainly not least, our next bachelor collects model chariots, loves really expensive hats, and his favorite food is technically illegal. His turn-ons include eggs, turn-offs include trolls, and the rumors of the gout that plagues his feet have been greatly downplayed. Everybody, you are royally commanded to put your hands together for the one, the only, King Norcalius! Hold on, Your Majesty. Let's introduce our bachelorette. She's been waiting patiently in this soundproof room. So let's bring her out now. Here is our bachelorette, Amira. Amira, welcome to the dating game. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you.
And thank you. Can't wait to see what kind of sparks are going to fly in the dating game tonight. The great bard Pat Minotaur said love is a dungeon crawl. So let's see which one of these bachelors winds up getting looted. All right, bachelor number 1, can you say hello to Amira?
Hello there, Amira. Pleasure to meet you. I imagine.
All right, wonderful. Now, bachelor number 2, say hello to Amira.
Bachelor. I'm a bachelor.
Greetings, Miss Amira. It's wonderful to meet you.
To the point. I like it. Bachelor number 3, if you wouldn't mind, say
Do I
hello
have
to
to,
the
Fletcher?
lady.
Do I really have to be part of this?
It's for
As to
charity.
what is going on here?
Think of the mind flayers. Actually, don't think of the mind flayers. That's how they get you.
Hi, hello, Amira.
All right, a spirited response from our bachelors. And we'll continue with the dating game right after this word from our sponsor. Folks, we are brought to you tonight by Ogg's Grog. You know Og, you love Og, and you love Ogg's Grog. We've seen it all across Caledonia, the #1 selling grog in all of the kingdom. What's Ogg's secret? He doesn't use limes like most grogs. No, Ogg's Grog uses frogs. That's why so many creatures, and goblins and kobolds, and humans say that Ogg's Grog is their preferred grog. Ogg's Grog, the ungrog. Alright, we're back to continue our dating game here. So, Amira, would you like to ask one of our bachelors some questions?
I will start with Bachelor 1.
All right.
In your opinion, what is best weapon?
Well, that is an easy one. The mind, of course. There's no better weapon suited for battle than, well, one that's boundless and endless and infinite. What do you think?
You sound like nerd.
Oh, maybe. I don't know what is a nerd.
I don't know.
Nerd
Means
is
you're not
weakest
cool.
of my people.
Hmm.
They build ships. They do not win battles.
I beg to differ, but okay, yes.
Judges, I'm looking it up here, and it says that a nerd is a guy who thinks he's fly and is also known as a buster. Well, all right, Amira, from here you can ask
Sounds
the same
accurate.
question to the other bachelors, or you could ask a different question to any bachelor of your choice.
A buster.
I would like to know what Bachelor number 2 think is best weapon.
What's the best weapon?
Yes.
Whatever happens to be nearby, and we'll do the job. Whether it be an axe, a sword, or even a bottle can be used to kill someone if used correctly.
Yes, he has ingenuity.
I have to be creative.
All right,
Never
bachelor
know
number
whenever a
3.
simple rope can be useful.
Bachelor number 3, never mind. I want to hear where he's going with this on the rope.
I would also like to hear about the rope.
Keeping people tied up, well, you can do a lot to them after that. Torture them for information, turn them in for money, all within some order. Or other things.
Wait, you can turn people in for money?
Bounty hunting.
You could kill for money?
Yes,
Okay, we talk later.
we shall.
All right, Bachelor 3. You have different question. What would you say is morally correct choice if you were to say have one crew member who you deeply value, one of your tribe, or 5 members of a weaker but still useful group of people, and you were barreling towards them in a carriage you cannot stop? What is morally correct choice? Do you steer into your crewmate, or do you kill the other 5 people?
What the shit kind of question is that? What? I would say I would destroy the carriage. Yes, of course. One cannot make an omelet without breaking an egg.
So you would sacrifice yourself to save all?
Yes, of course. Yes, that one.
That is weak answer.
I'm afraid I
Do you
must.
not value yourself as a warrior?
No,
You would
Keenor,
also
Keenor
deny
Valley.
you would also deny a warrior's death for something noble? Goodness.
Yes. This exactly.
Sorry, I mean bachelor number 3. Bachelor number 3. I believe what our bachelorette here is talking about is the classic carriage problem. We discuss it, often at Hogwarts. I know what Hogwarts is, at Horse Apples Academy. And they say there's no wrong answer in the carriage dilemma, but bachelor number 3. I
Certainly
believe
felt like
you
it was a wrong answer.
I believe that you have discovered a new wrong answer to this philosophy problem. So, points to you, bachelor number 3, for making a discovery.
You're
wrong answer. All right, Amira, you have the floor.
All right. Bachelor 1. What is ideal first battle for us to share together?
Ideal first battle. Well, let's just say if you had an enemy, the first enemy comes to mind, their most annoying antagonist. Let's just say we were to go right up to their door, bring the fight to them, destroy them, and make everybody else watch.
I do appreciate exhibitionism.
If you like that, then you'll love this part. So first, once we defeat them and make them grovel before our feet, the rope that batch number 2 spoke of, string them up by
Don't be
each
stealing my
appendage
ideas.
and stretch them out. Oh no, I'm not stealing your idea. No, this is my idea. Yes. This is right. This is right.
Why stop with rope when there are entrails?
Now this, I like where you're going with this. See, if we stretch them out in an X pattern in front of everyone that's out there falls under their rule, and just happen to take off one bit of them at a time, not a big piece, but just enough to hear the screams of agony echo throughout the land. What do you think of this?
Don't know. Must converge with Bachelor 2 again to figure out more about this whole being paid thing.
Beat that.
But Bachelor
Well-
2, same question.
First battle. How about a battle that never ends? Where you can continuously go on and on and on. Without whoever you wish to kill.
Like
Or
the promise
whoever
of
just
a
didn't win.
warrior's death.
In a way. I have many connections. People who can bring people back. So that you can hit them over and over again. It makes for good training as well. Because it's a live target. Now, mind you, sometimes they break and, they become distraught. And even though they're souls, they still somehow has a mind and think. So they can break occasionally.
So speak
I
of
thought I
mind
was-
breaking. Just want to remind everyone this for charity. For destroying of mind flayers.
Exactly.
Right? A mind is a terrible thing to waste,
Mhm,
and that's why we waste mind flayers. That's the slogan of the Mind Flayer Slayer Association. 100% of the ticket sales tonight will go directly to the Mind Flayer Slayer Association, folks. So, Amira,
Right,
do you have
stupid weapon.
any other questions for Bachelor 3?
Let's see. Bachelor 3. Assuming you are not king of Caledonia, which was not said previously. If someone were to invade with, say, 90 to 120 warriors, what would be, in your opinion, weakest point with which should be targeted?
That's a big number. I would of course try to flank them somehow with a smaller contingency unit, perhaps, and give them the old sandwich, right?
But what is weakest point in Kingdom's defenses? See, listen. Women like men who
Oh.
listen.
You mean this is in my kingdom?
This is hypothetical question.
Yes,
Those are
yes.
state secrets. I can't say things like that. I mean, the Eastern Wall really needs to be rebuilt, but then there's all those goats that just walk back and forth. But it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. That's not a weak point. It's just slightly compromised. We're working on it.
No respect for man who can't communicate.
Or keep good care of his walls.
Great. Was I supposed to say that in the form of a question?
I mean, you might as well have. Wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made a difference. Not at all.
All right. Next question, then. Bachelor 1. See. You have access to see other bachelors around you, yes?
I can see anyone I wish with my dimension cube.
More nerd stuff.
It's just cool, I promise. It is hip. It is happening.
I do not know what hip is, other than part of body. This makes no sense. But, to answer the question, do you think you could beat up Bachelor 3?
So, if this is a real question,
Yes.
I,
Are you stronger than Bachelor 3?
in what terms? Like financially, more body mass, maybe, or magically?
Could you crush him in glorious battle?
Oh, yes, without a doubt. Yes, of course, of course. Of my knowledge of the arcane arts, and also my dark knowledge of the black magics. Emphasis on black. Of course I can. There's no way he can guard it. He's already divulged too many of his weaknesses. I mean, is it any real contest? I have access to black holes. Sorry about that, King Norcalis. It's business.
All holes are black if deep enough.
This is true, yes. However, have you ever been to the pit of Dasandas? The blackest hole imaginable. It is so deep that you will perish before you reach the bottom. I've been there twice.
Oh, did you perish?
Twice.
Oh. And you came back?
Twice.
Impressive.
Death cannot contain Sauvage. As many times as yes, I spoke too much.
All right, moving on. Bachelor 2, same question.
Question back. Which weapon? Which weapon do I use?
Whichever is closest, no?
Yes. Simply. Easily. In fact, without a weapon. I'll do it without one.
Bachelor 3 must be very weak.
Is that a question, Amira, or just a sort of observation?
Just observation.
Thought she couldn't see us.
I'm just saying, two
I don't
of
think she has
two.
to Bachelor number 3. All right, we're about to take another break for a word from one of our sponsors, but before we do, Amira, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
Amira, I'm sure myself and the rest of the audience would love to know, what's the worst date you've ever been on?
Worst date would have to be when we rode into glorious battle together. I selected my battle partner. We rode in. However, upon drawing our swords for the first strike, they could not seem to unsheath theirs.
Uh-oh.
No bloodshed was sung that day. Had to go upon do battle by myself. very sad, very unsatisfying.
Right, and you want to be like, it's okay. It happens to everybody, and it does happen to everybody, but it doesn't make it not disappointing.
True. Happens to all warrior at least once. You do not
Right.
properly grease your weaponry when sheathing it. If you not keep the leather supple, things
Right.
can
Also,
happen.
maybe go easy on the potions beforehand.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll see how these bachelors are doing right after our break. Raven's Pub at the Crossroads would like you to know that Raven's days are almost here. Raven Nachos are 50% off. Try the new bar selection of cocktails. Raven's owner and sole proprietor, Lynn of the Dire Wolves, promises you joy in every sip. Try the new Dire Wolf Cosmopolitan. Check out the Raven Queen Calypso. The Raven Queen Calypso, which I don't know what that is. I don't have it here in my ad copy, but it seems pretty good. And remember, after 10 p.m., all Dark Wizards from the Shadowfell drink half off. Raven's Pub. You don't have to be a Raven to come here, but it helps. All right, we're back, and let's meet some of our bachelors and get to know them a little bit better. Bachelor number 1, our wizard from Arendelle. I have a couple of questions for you. Being a wizard from Arendelle, what are Anna and Elsa really like?
Could you say that again?
You're from Arendelle, right? With the frozen and the snowman. What likes hugs?
Not that Arendelle. The one with the talking snowmen and Ice Queen. No, not that Arendelle. It's a different place, totally, entirely.
All right, so I guess it's not about a snowman that likes hugs, but how are things in the other Arendelle? I guess.
Well, most of the time it's blood covered. There is no end to the number of quests you will complete on a daily basis. Our king sends us out many times to, I don't know, do anything from stopping bandits or retrieving lost children. And I hate to say it, but we've eradicated all the trolls in Arendelle. But now we have a new threat. One of different colors. So I guess you could say it's traumatic. Things in Arendelle are traumatic. For other people, I am enjoying it.
Actually, number 1, I have a couple of follow-up questions. Number 1, lost children also covered in blood?
Hopefully not. That is a bit on the other side,
All right, then it sounds like what you've got, Bachelor number 1, is a case of hyperbole. Follow-up question number 2, Bachelor number 1. Trouble of a different color. What do you mean by that? It's a bit of a wording.
Well, I have to say that sometimes I don't know exactly what I say because I exist apparently in multiple dimensions at once. It's kind of hard to keep it.
Oh, you too, right.
Yes. So sometimes I happen to say things that are a bit uncouth.
All right, my last question for Bachelor number 1. That dimensional cube you have.
Yeah.
Pretty. When would you say it really starts getting good? After season 2?
Yes.
Because I tried watching season 1 of Dimensional Cube, and it's like, what are we even doing here? The Cube Master doesn't even have a beard in that one.
Oh, yes. So even when he grows it out, it really, that's when the show starts to really flesh out. Wait. I see.
Right. When Cube Master gets a beard in season 2, that's when it really takes off.
No spoilers.
Oh, all right. I'll keep myself pure. All right, that's one of our bachelors. Is he going to be the one who ends up getting pillaged by our bachelorette? Only time will tell. Amira, it's time for more questions.
All right. Speaking of spoilers, Bachelor 1, are you aware of the prophecy that has been told about you?
No. What prophecy would this be?
Again, no spoilers.
Ugh.
But maybe avoid large bodies of water and also consider not taking up gambling.
Oh, well, this might be a bit interesting. I would do my best, of course.
Many orphan covered in blood, just saying.
What? Well, that sounds actually
Anyway,
pretty.
moving on. Bachelor 2.
Hmm.
What would you say is best quality of yours?
Who's my best quality? In terms of physical, mental, or just overall?
Overall.
How about weaknesses?
Battlefield tech. My ability to see over a battlefield and then determine what's the best course of action. You set me up on any battlefield, no matter where in the multiverse I am. Most likely, if you have me on your side, you'll have victory.
Ah, very nice. Bachelor 3. What is your worst quality? Be very honest. In fact, you can list several.
What the fuck? Um, the
Also, weaknesses.
I think you've had enough of those already. I would say my worst quality is, I don't put this toilet seat down.
What is toilet seat?
It's this really cool thing we have in Norcalia, but it's long. You wouldn't understand. You're a barbarian. Another worst quality would.
Wait, what say about barbarians?
Well, just that I would have to explain it in smaller words. How could I, for barbarians? Help me out, guys. It's the thing that lay it all out. Can we? Can I get a new question, please? Can I get a new question?
Ugh, fine. Let's see. Bachelor 3. What is sign of meek, tiny, puny leader running kingdom into ground?
I'm sorry, is that a question?
Yes.
What is just barbarians, guys? I don't know. How do I answer this?
It is thin wall between us.
Sorry, Bachelor number 3. Bachelor number 3. I'm supposed to remain neutral here, but if I can feed you a bit of information. She's asking me the sign of a meek leader. Tell her Leo.
Tell her what?
Just say Leo.
Leo? That's my final answer.
That's
All right,
foolish
Bachelor number 3
answer.
is locked in.
Again, thin wall between me and you. Bachelor 3 will become meat pile. All right, Bachelor 3, I let you off the hook this time. We go back to Bachelor 1. More fun that way. Bachelor 3. If you were to pay tribute to me in glorious way, how would you do so? What would you sacrifice for me?
You said Bachelor 3, correct?
Sorry, Bachelor 1.
Ah,
I was done.
Numbers are hard.
yeah, that is a bit tricky, yes. I mean, oh, I would not go down that road, make the same mistake as 3, huh? But what would I sacrifice in your honor to you? Well, let's see. What is your most rare animal?
Do humans count as animals if they are inferior?
Yes, they can. Yes, can. But
Possibly
the
like
most rare
Bachelor
type.
3?
Uh, hmm. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, I could bring it back and do it again as many times. And oh, let's just say you the mask of torture. This is my favorite form of sacrifice. This sacrifices the sanity first, and then the body just follows along, and you get to watch it like a public show.
I assume Mask of Torture is something you currently are showing. Cannot see.
Yes. Could Bachelor number 3 step out and place this on, please? It's just it, it won't hurt, I promise. Just go ahead, put it on. Just put this on your face. Come on, Bachelor 3. You can help me out, right? Put this on your face.
Does not sound like you are winning against Bachelor 3 in battle.
Hmm. You can't
This
help
why
me.
mind is dumb weapon, you see.
Hmm. I thought you were going to help me out on this one. Hmm.
uh,
Fair enough. Give me that wine, damn it.
wait, Bachelor
Another-
1 has wine?
Of course.
Hmm.
Yes. It's not that. Oh, what were you getting ready to say?
Is this favorable for you?
Oh, really? I would have never guessed. Well, I have more where that came from. I have a guy who likes to supply me.
We have an entire tavern.
Well, of course, I get it from the.
Oh.
Yes, I get mine from a black hole.
Gross. Sorry.
One whole store, one bottle of wine? That is inefficient compared to tavern.
Well, speaking of tavern folks, this seems like a great time to get to know Bachelor number 2 a little bit better. Now, Bachelor number 2 works as a logistics officer for a mercenary organization and is in charge of doing things like keeping the tavern for this mercenary organization stocked with dragon whiskey and other delights. Bachelor number 2, what's the weirdest thing you had to requisition for your mercenary band?
Oh, let's see. Can I use names?
I mean, I won't stop you, Bachelor number. Well, you know what? Let's use assumed names.
Okay, whose name?
Noms de guerre, if you will.
Okay, let's see. Well, I recall passing along my desk a odd request for a wedding dress in a very large size. Now, mind you, most of the mercenary group are men, and it was to be delivered at a certain high-ranking officer's location. Then all of a sudden, I'm down at the tavern, and I'm looking out the window, and I see our dear leader walking in a blood-soaked wedding dress. So I would say that is the oddest thing that I've ever had to order, grab for us. You just said a normal wedding dress.
Right. So the dear leader here, who will remain anonymous. Let's call him let's call him Fiego Parker. He's
Yes,
walking around
yes.
in a bloody wedding dress.
Yes.
All right. Well, that tops it for me. Bachelor number 2, another question. Do you remember several years ago you and I fighting side by side to bring down an interdimensional shogun who was trapped in the center of a world that had been shrunk down to the size of a tiny atom?
I do
That was
recall
pretty
that.
cool, right?
Yes, you were a fine warrior that day. You helped
I
me
don't
out
know.
a lot.
I don't know if I was I don't know if I fought well, but well I fought. If you know what I mean. But yeah, that was my question. That was pretty cool, right?
That it was an amazing battle throughout the entirety of various time streams. If I'm using that correctly, I'm still a little shaky with the terms.
Various time streams. I think one of our colleagues died and then turned into a werewolf, and then might have died and then turned back from a werewolf into a human again. But yeah.
Something like that. Yes. No. turning from the werewolf to human. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
All right, well, there you go, folks. Bachelor number 2. All right, we're going to take a short break. Then we're going to do a few more rounds of questions and then get to know our final bachelor. All this right after the break. Do you want to make more gold? Sure, we all do. And at Horse Apples Academy, you can build the skills you need to loot dungeons and collect pay from all sorts of contracts. At Horse Apples Academy, we offer training programs in micro roguery, macro roguery, swordcraft, swordcraft 2, the Tides of Darkness, swordcraft 3, the Frozen Throne. Or get your degree. We also offer paths in accounting and tavern brewery. Horse Apples Academy, now accepting sentient molds and jellies as students. All right, welcome back to the dating game. Amira, how are you feeling about our bachelors so far?
Hard to say. Some good, one really bad.
Now, Amira, the audience might like to know here, your sister is a famous bone caster in Northbreach. Sigrun, is that correct?
Yes.
If Sigrun were here right now, how would she say things are looking for each of the bachelors? What would the bones be telling her?
Oh. Well, we already discussed Bachelor 1. Recognize prophecy. Other ones, though, hard to say. One will be very sad at end. One will be truly prosperous. Bachelor 1, again, deep fear if you go around body of water.
All right, as a famous prophet once said, results unclear, ask again later. Amira, are you ready to give our bachelors another round of questions?
Yes.
Fire away.
All right. Bachelor 1. See. If you forget my birthday, how would you make it up to me?
First of all, I have an excellent memory. I would not forget. Secondly, I literally can take you anywhere you wish to go with this dimension cube. On top of that, there are boundless people to torture. I mean, there are a lot of interesting people to meet in battle, yes. And I would just I would just take you on maybe a spree of sorts. You know, buy you a new set of chainmail or maybe a large weapon funded by the generous pockets of a certain king, if you know what I mean. But yes, you can have whatever you wish. I don't know. Juice. It's fine. That's right. You got my back. Bachelor number 3. You got my back. Yeah. You can give me a little. Just
We'll talk later.
All right, Bachelor 2.
Yes.
If you were to describe yourself as a type of food, what food would you be?
I would say that's actually a difficult question. I've never thought of that. No. Perhaps a good medium rare steak.
Oh,
Just the
meaty,
perfect
nutty.
just the perfect amount of red and everything. Very satisfying at the end of it.
Bachelor 3. What is your deepest understanding of multiverse theory? And have you encountered various vectors of the interplanar overlapping?
What kind of question is? Well, I'm no scientist, but I do got a lot of friends in the outer dimensional business, and a couple wizards and rangers I know that travel between them. They tell me their stories. I personally don't go traveling through the multiverse, I get really sick and I throw up when I get up on the other end. But I know it is a quite complicated thing to grasp for some, including myself. That is all I know about it.
Bachelor 3, you speak as if multiversal travel is linear, in which all things are layered on top of each other. Do you not know about the branches? All time is both existing constantly and not at all at once.
I was once given a fruit roll up from Fletcher. There are many wondrous things across the multiverse, many treasures, and I don't fucking
fruit
know, guys.
roll-up.
Come on, what kind of question is this shit?
Let the
I'm a
record show.
scientist.
Bachelor number 3. Let the record show that the multiverse, as I was trying to explain it to you at one point, it's not so much shaped like a fruit roll-up as it is shaped like a Pringle. Well, folks, Bachelor number 3 doesn't know that we live in a saddle-shaped multiverse, but let's find out more about what he does know. Now, Bachelor number 3, it says here that you really came into your own during the Troll Wars. What was the most interesting troll you murdered?
It's actually a mer troll. Yes, it was a aquatic, flapping seal of a troll that was beached, and it couldn't get away from me. It was helpless, and I just started, just hacking at it.
So it couldn't fight back?
Bachelor number
Exactly.
3, did it not occur to you to use a club if it was a seal?
No. Well, it was a troll, aquatic troll. I was the first time I encountered one. Is this supposed? I didn't know this. No.
All right, Bachelor number 3, tell us a little bit about the best date you've ever been on.
The best date.
The best date. Or the best fig.
The best date. When I was younger, I used to date Penelope. She was my girlfriend. She was the daughter of a local farmer in Ruby Farms. We went out on our first date. It was the happiest time of my life. We had strawberry shortcake. We had a little picnic. And then she was savagely mauled by a troll. So at best and worst, it won.
Now, when you say savagely mauled by a troll, you mean she was a ripped apart limb from limb, or that, she just sort of had a better time with him than you?
Well, that's a little rude thing to say, but no, he took her
Well, yeah,
to
you
the
can
top
be
of the
really good.
spire, and it was. Yeah, do we really have to talk about this? This is very traumatic for me.
Bachelor number 3, how many of your dalliances have ended in gruesome murder?
What is all of them?
You don't have to put that in the form of a question,
Oh.
and it does not make the response any less shocking, Bachelor number 3. All right, I think we have time for a few more rounds of questions from our wonderful and talented Bachelorette. Amira, take it away.
Bachelor 1, can you provide me with Og's grog?
Of course. I have limited supply, especially after finding out that the sponsor is a good fan of the old Sauvage cologne. Have you heard of it?
No.
Apparently, it's a eau de toilette made and named after yours truly. So now they owe me a sponsorship of what is a sponsorship? It means I get money, right?
Yeah,
They pay
free
me
shit.
gold.
Oh,
yes.
so what is cologne, and does this eau de toilette have anything to do with the toilet seat that Norcalius was talking about?
Ah, yes. It does not have anything to do specifically with that toilet, but maybe another. I don't know. It's a weird thing. In this universe, I've never heard of it before, but for some reason they named it after me. Am I the? Wait a minute.
You don't speak Gnomish, do you?
I do not.
That would explain why you agreed to that name.
Bachelor number 2, what does Sauvage mean in Gnomish?
Yes, explain this.
Well, it's the last. It's really the last part. The toilet. It's very much smell of ass, essentially.
Bachelor
Interesting.
number 2, what's your favorite word in Gnomish?
Um, let's see. Give me one moment here. Let me think here. Eh, do you, why is it that whenever anyone thinks of another language, they just immediately go to the curses or to the curse words?
How
It's a
do you
great- it's
curse
a-
in Gnomish?
Merde.
Zutalor.
Oh my
Mhm.
god. Pinga. What is that?
Yes, merde means various curses and such like that. So just don't like someone. Oh, yeah, don't. Yeah,
And I don't know. I don't know
various
what
curses.
and Bachelor number 2. I don't know what Zutalor means, but I know that little gnome named Madeline says it a lot.
Hmm.
You know, the one who lives in the old house with the two covered in vines. That one.
Right, yes.
All right, Bachelor number 2. I'm not the one on trial here. It's Amira. I yield the remainder of my time. Amira, back to you.
I'm on trial?
You can do that in the contacts app.
Bachelor 1. There are 2 doors. Each one has guard. One guard always tells truth. One guard always tell lie. You must figure out right door to go through. Which one? How solve?
Well, that is quite easy. Ask
This
them.
question for Bachelor 1.
I
Or
am-
Bachelor 3. Numbers hard.
I apologize.
I do
Bachelor-
not understand Norcalian number system.
Listen. Well, listen. You come back with me. We'll head back to the tavern. We'll get you all the numbers and everything sorted out.
More numbers.
I've been
That's
told
that-
I'm a good teacher.
Good stand to learn.
You have to learn by books. Who's the nerd now?
How dare you?
Amira, question
wha-
for you. What number looks the most like a warrior?
1.
Whoa.
Because I am number 1 warrior.
Oh, I thought it was like an army of one lone wolf sort of thing.
Also that. Although here to find other battle companion.
Well, I would also
2 lone
suggest-
wolves better than 1.
I would get 2 lone wolves is better than 1. Should be on a t-shirt. If we haven't monetized that yet, we might want to do that. 2 lone wolves better than 1. I was going to say the one that looks most like a warrior is 2, like Army of 2. It's a pretty good game if you haven't played it. But anyway,
2 is
back
just
to
as
you.
bad as 1.
It's the loneliest number since the number 1. All right, folks, it's time for our lightning round.
There is lightning?
I get to make lightning?
All right, everybody roll a Constitution save.
Oh, shit. Oh.
I didn't bring any dice.
All right, we'll make this lightning round a DC 14.
Just that.
This thingy right there. What is this?
Is that some sort of predator die that goes into stealth mode? Can you pull it back?
That number is 30.
It's a 10. And unfortunately, I can't get it to uncloak itself.
Gun.
All right, Amira saves, the rest take full lightning damage. And that brings us to lightning round
Wonderful.
part 2. But this time the fast
Taken.
kind of lightning. Bachelor number 3, kobolds or goblins?
Kobolds.
I'm sorry, your time is up.
What the
Bachelor
shit?
number 1, swords or axes?
Swords.
Bachelor number 2, dragons or wyverns?
Dragons.
Amira, great axes or claymores?
Great axe.
Bachelor number 3, killing an old woman to save an entire village, or sticking to your principles and letting the entire village die so that you don't have to get your little hands dirty. I'm sorry, your time is up. Bachelor number 1, pizza or stromboli?
Oh, speedster.
Right. Bachelor number 2, daggers or throwing stars?
Daggers. Why would you throw your weapon away?
Amira, riding a tiger that's got purple stripes, or riding a crow that has a cool helmet?
Yes.
Bachelor number 3, you and a group of refugees are hiding from an evil warlord. One of the refugees is dying from an illness, and unless you cross the plain under the full view of the warlord to get the cure, this refugee will die and all of the secrets he knows with it. What is the one magical item you must never take with you on this quest? I'm sorry, your time is up.
kind of
Bachelor
question-
number 1,
This is some bullshit.
fighter slash mage or mage slash fighter?
Mage/fighter. Yes.
Bachelor number 2, fireball or firebolt?
Well, fireball all the time, all the way.
And Amira, dying gloriously in combat or defiantly leaping to your death from a mountaintop?
Dying gloriously in combat.
And that's the lightning round, folks. I am going to need another constitution save.
I don't have any dice. What the hell kind of game is this?
And fun.
This 17.
You take it when you can deflect it.
All right, Bachelors 2, 3, and Amira. I'm sorry, you're all in the Phantom Zone now. That brings us to the end of our game. But before we introduce the Bachelors, Amira, it's time for you to make your choice. Which one of our eligible contestants here would you like to go out on a courtship adventure with?
Quick question. Do we know which one win poll? In
Do
the
we know
portal
which one
chat. No matter.
I believe it was Devron.
Ah, perfect.
Sorry, I can't
I
answer
don't know who
because
that
I'm
is.
on a lag.
If I had to pick most impressive and glorious sounding of bachelors, one I think could be good battle companion and or sacrifice, I would say bachelor number. I must check number chart. Not been great for me today.
Right, so Bachelor number 1 is this many. Bachelor number
yes.
2 is this many. And then the other one's Bachelor 3.
I pick bachelor second.
All right, you've heard it, folks. Amira has chosen Bachelor number 2. We'll introduce him in just a moment. But first, let's meet the Bachelors you didn't pick. Bachelor number 1 is a wizard who has come recently to Calidonia from parts unknown. He does have a penchant for necromancy and may not being chased down currently by his former student who's tracking him like Javert himself. Say hello, folks, to Sauvage the mage.
Hello, hello. Well, isn't it shocking? Emphasis on shocking, the lightning damage and all. But look at what you missed out on. You could have had all this magical glory at your fingertips.
All right, Amira, how are you feeling now that you've met Bachelor number 1?
Also, why?
I'm sad. I'm realizing nerd is just person who can punch with mind. Should have led with that.
And I should make sure that we get that copyrighted for a t-shirt. All right, now let's meet the other bachelor you didn't pick. Bachelor number 3. Bachelor number 3 has 9 toes and is the chief central executive of the Kingdom of Calidonia, which makes him one of the most powerful entities in the entire realm of, well, whatever this world is. He also really has a thing for eggs on sticks, which is part of what makes him one of my best friends. Say hello to Norcalius Rex, King Norcalius.
Strength and honor.
Strength and honor, King Norcalius. You know our bachelorette. I believe you two have met previously.
Oh, yes, we have met before. How can I forget? And by the way, I want those horses back. Hope they're still alive.
It is not.
You can't buy a girl dinner and then try to take it.
Oh, yes, you can. I will shame you in all the realms for doing it.
Amira, two questions here. One, how do you feel now that you've met Bachelor number 3? And 2, were the horses delicious?
Bachelor 3, kind of obvious. But also horses, kind of stringy. Can tell that, cheaped out.
I guess that's why we don't normally eat them. And Bachelor number 2, let's meet him now. Bachelor number 2 is one of the top-ranking officers in the Dire Wolf Legion. His hobbies include sharpening his sword, making sure that his jacket is always dry cleaned, and constantly fighting off the effects of a lingering possession by a lich. He's also another one of my good friends. This is Captain Devron, the bachelor you did pick.
Well met, Miss Amira. Nice to finally see you.
Likewise. You are not what pictured, but still good.
Take that as a compliment. So, do we actually have that crow and tiger, Fletcher?
Yes.
Oh, you mean at the Ravens pub? I do have vouchers for that.
No, that tiger with purple stripes and that raven with that helmet.
Oh, we do have them on order right now, but you know how parts for mounts are right now. It's on back order. We have some vouchers, some IOUs that we could issue there. Would you like to hear about the date that you'll be going on with our bachelorette?
This is why you order things in advance, so that you can say that you write out on them at the end of it.
Things are ordered in advance, but logistics in this place are buggered, mate. Anyway,
That's why I'm trying to work on it.
The day you'll be going on is to Crooked Man's Cairn. That's right, scenic Crooked Man's Cairn, centered atop the Screaming Mountain. There at Crooked Man's Cairn, you'll face a variety of enemies that might be guarding the artifacts there. What artifacts, you ask? Artifacts like the collarbone of Vecna. Artifacts like the Two Ring. Artifacts like the okay grail. It's not so good as like a holy grail, but it's a pretty good grail. I'd keep it on my grail shelf if I had a grail shelf, and I do. Right, you've got a grail shelf too. That's why we're friends.
Yeah. Always have to have a good grail.
And of course, if one of you ends up dropping below 50% HP in this dungeon, we will pay for the second date. All right, Amira, any final thoughts before we send you on your way with your new bachelor here?
Thank you for opportunity to assess bachelors and also future targets. But now I will take my prize.
All right, folks, thank you for tuning in once again to another episode of the dating game. I fear that we may have given critical intelligence to a rising power to our north. But until then, folks, remember to always keep loving your hearts, and remember to help control the hippogriff population. Make sure you keep your hippogriffs spayed and neutered. Live from Lion's Rest, the dating capital of the multiverse, I'm Fletcher Knock, bidding you another good night. Mwah!